And I'm also then been invited to Chicago in July. So there's details for that on my website if you'd like to come to any of my workshops. Today is a big day. We got a big report. I got lots to say. The wave is coming. Anyway, the sun has moved into Taurus today at the same time that Venus has moved into Aquarius today. Big changes. And Friday, Venus is going to come up to conjoin with Uranus in Aries. And last but not least, Mercury finally this weekend is going to station and go direct. It is opposite Saturn all through the interim of this report, this whole week. So Mercury is slowing down, and it's going to stop right opposite Saturn, and then it's going to go direct again. I'm going to talk about what all that means. So what all that means is, the wave is coming. Oh, I'm also going to include with this Pele report, and I'll put a link on my website to a video that is very important. It has a lot of information by David Wilcox. I don't know if you're familiar with him or not, but he speaks very much of a wave emanating from the center of the galaxy, and it comes about every 26,000 years, and really that is what we are in a turning of the ages right now. And what that does is basically the center of the galaxy is our connection to Source. This is a wave coming from Source that actually modifies the DNA of all creatures. Our DNA is being modified, and some of us are going to be feeling it sooner than others, and some of us are going to allow it to change more of us than others. But basically all of this energy going on in the sign of Aries right now is very clear indications. Our identities are changing. We are changing right down to a DNA cellular level. And the best thing that we can do at this time is cooperate with the change. Resistance is futile. Do not try to hold on. You will simply become frustrated, So, let's look at what this means. First of all, the sun going into Taurus. It's been a month in the sign of Aries. You've gotten your new impulses, and I've talked about Mars going through Aries and this desire to change and lash out, and some anger coming up, and issues with partnerships and other people not allowing us our freedom of self-expression, etc. Now it's moving into Taurus. It's time to make those changes ground, to become more real, to become more physical, to rearrange our resources, our money, start throwing money at it, put our real, definite, decisive self into our new priorities, our new values, our new relationships, our new energies. So it's interesting to have Venus coming into, Venus is the ruler of Taurus. It's interesting to have Venus coming into Aries the same day that the sun goes into Taurus. Because Venus is our values. And Venus is our inner feminine goddess energy that is connected to our heart chakra. And this is just so profound. The last month, Venus has been going through Pisces. Unlimited, dreamy, hoping, longing, maybe releasing, but deep feelings. Not that deep of feelings though, really. I say there are two water signs, Cancer and Scorpio. Pisces is totally ether. There are two air signs, Gemini and Libra, and Aquarius is outer space, we need to be a lot more flexible with these elements. I'd say, maybe we could say Scorpio is, fusion, nuclear energy, whatever. Anyway, so this is a shift, right, from the ethers, from the dream, from being out there into now Venus comes into fire. And she's not necessarily at home in fire, but she's birthed. She's new. You know, there's a certain innocence, there's a certain openness, there's a certain awe and a wonder to Venus coming into Aries. And it's time for the brand new. And I want to love new. And I want to love the new. And especially with Uranus there. You know, the light bulbs are going off. The third eye is opening up. You know, Uranus is that third eye, sixth chakra. And so this is a time, you know, this wave is coming in from source, from the galactic center, changing our DNA, changing our values, changing our tastes, changing what we want. And so it's time. Now, a lot of astrologers are going to say, oh, Venus, Uranus, be careful. Don't be too rash and don't be too abrupt. You know, it's too impulsive. I say, nah. No, you want to go with the dance. You want to go with the flow. You want to make the change. You want to maximize the transit. So you've got to listen. You've got to listen inwardly. And here's where the challenge comes out. Because Venus rules Libra. Libra's other people. And a lot of times we can have other people do our dirty work. Yeah? We can have other people, you know, kind of coerce or manipulate other people into, you know, I really don't love this guy anymore. Could you kind of like help me out and just like, you know, share it with him, blah, blah. No. The Mercury opposite Saturn says that this is a time for serious conversation. Honest to God, bare bones truth, exposing the shadow. Like, you know, Mercury is going to go stationary, like nobody gets out of here until they speak the truth. It's intense, man. And so what we've got is a situation where Venus, Uranus, and Aries can be overly abrupt and may have some anger issues with men or the masculine or this, that, or the other thing, and just kind of want to, you know, just wreak havoc. And I encourage you to go about making these changes in your relationships. And if you're going to go alone, go alone. This is a time when a lot of people are going alone because it's just like, it's like we're waking up, right? Pisces is the dream and sleep. And Venus is now waking up, and it's like, whoa, that was a wild night last night. Who am I sleeping with? Who is here next to me? Oh, my goodness. I have changed so much that my relationships also need to reflect the change of my inner being and my inner self. So rather than just walking out the door, you know, rather than packing up or kicking them out the door, or if it's really unconscious, having them kick you out the door or having them walk away, you know, one way or the other. It's I am you and you are me. This is all a reflection, and these relationships are mirrors of our need for space, for freedom, and for liberation. There is absolutely, I don't know how anybody can be getting through this time period without doing their meditations. Otherwise, you're coming from an ego space of dualistic, it's my fault, it's your fault, it's, you know, there's judgment, there's all this kind of crap going on, right? But if you are doing your meditations, you know, and every morning, every day, I've got 3 of them on my website, you can download them. You've got to raise the Kundalini. This is the time. You've got to be making your decisions based upon input from the galactic wave. You can't be doing this stuff from a lower realm. Otherwise, you're going to get caught. You know, and in this video, David Wilcox talks about this is the judgment days. This is the separation of the human race into those who are going to maintain and stay at this third dimensional reality and those who are going to ascend and rise to another reality. It's in the Great Pyramid. The timing of this has all been, it's known for, the ancients have known this, yeah? So the time is upon us. This is the time of separation. What you focus on, what you're thinking about, how you are making your decisions based upon what values is going to have profound, severe, and long-range effects on your soul evolutionary development, yeah? And so I encourage you, if you're worried about your money and your resources and, what clothes you're wearing and is your house safe and this, that, and the other thing, and you're occupying your mind with these things, yeah, I mean, that's fine and there's no judgment, but I'll tell you what, you're going to be hanging out in a lower vibration. And if you are meditating, and I've got to say, the best way that I do it is when I go into my meditation, go into your breath and use your breath to go into the temple. And all I do is go, shh. It's quiet inside the temple. Just breathe over and over. Set your intention to receive guidance from Source, and you will not be acting abrasively. You will not be acting abruptly. You will be guided, and you will be following your guidance. Your will is thy will. This is Aries. You're basically hooking your wagon onto a bigger cause. Yeah? It's the cause of spirit. It's the cause of life. It's the cause of change. It's not about you. Don't be taking these things personally. And don't suck it all in and take all kinds of pride and all kinds of, egoic narcissistic behavior that, you're the savior either, I mean, you've got to balance all of this out. Uranus and Aquarius is all about non-attachment. Venus coming around to Uranus is it's time to non-attach. And you can enjoy everything a lot more when you're not worried about holding on to it. So anyway, Moon. Moon, as I hope you had a good full moon last weekend. What a kicker, huh? Now, you know what? It's coming back. It's coming back. It's going through Scorpio, Sagittarius, Capricorn. Again, these are serious signs, And basically, the last 2 weeks, it's us putting our stuff out there, making the changes, doing this, doing that, doing the other thing. Then you have the full moon. Now it's coming back. So you will experience what you put out the last 2 weeks is now coming back. The seeds that you've sown are now going to be sprouting, for better or for worse, in sickness and in health, till death do us part. The seeds are sprouting. It's coming back at you. And it's really time to be discussing what? Moon through Sagittarius. I have new beliefs. My right brain, my intuition is giving me new info. That's like Thursday and Friday. Saturday, Sunday, Moon goes into Capricorn. Boom. Rubber hits the road. It's time to be the authority. It's time to listen to the bigger, greater, grander law. It's deep. The moon hits Pluto, I think, on Saturday or something, And again, this is just a time where I encourage you to flow with emotion and to not be blaming or pointing fingers. It's time to own Saturn. Saturn is in Libra. It's time to own what we have created for relationship and not be putting it out there any longer. And of course, Saturn is maturity. So it's time to grow up. And some of these changes will involve self-discipline where, yes, I may be crying and bawling my eyes out and this is totally miserable and I've never been so sad, and I'm going to suck it up and I'm going to go through it and I'm going to live through this, and all things shall pass. And there's going to be heaven on earth in not too short a period of time. So relax with the flow, move with the change, and enjoy the process. That's probably enough for now. And I will say namaste, aloha, mahalo, enjoy.